Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. I hope you're all doing well. Today I'm here with a brand new video on a major political topic, Trump versus the Supreme Court. Will the US Supreme Court stand up to Trump? What could this mean for American politics? Let's break it down and get started. What if a former president says he cannot be prosecuted for actions he took while in office? And what if the highest court in the country has to decide whether that's true? Right now, the United States is facing a historic legal and constitutional question involving Donald Trump and the Supreme Court of the United States. At the center of this debate is one powerful idea: presidential immunity. Donald Trump is facing multiple legal cases, including charges related to election interference and the handling of classified documents. But his legal team argues something bigger than the individual charges. They argue that a president should have immunity from criminal prosecution for official acts taken while in office. In simple terms, they're saying this: if a president makes decisions as part of his official duties, he should not later face criminal charges for those decisions. Supporters of this argument claim that without immunity, presidents would hesitate to make bold or controversial decisions. They say fear of prosecution could weaken the executive branch. But critics strongly disagree. They argue that no one, not even a president, is above the law. The U.S. Constitution created a system known as checks and balances. Congress makes the laws, the president enforces them, and the Supreme Court interprets them. This system exists to prevent any one branch from becoming too powerful. Now the question is, does presidential immunity go so far that it shields a former president from criminal prosecution? If the Supreme Court rules in Trump's favor, it could dramatically expand executive power. It would set a precedent that future presidents could rely on, potentially reshaping how accountability works at the highest level of government. On the other hand, if the court rules against Trump, it would send a clear message: presidents are subject to the same rule of law as every other citizen. Another layer to this story is the makeup of the court itself. Several current justices were appointed during Trump's presidency. That has led some critics to question whether the court can remain fully neutral in such a politically charged case. However, Supreme Court justices serve lifetime appointments. They are not elected officials, and they're meant to operate independently from political pressure. Still, the stakes are enormous. This decision could influence future elections. It could shape how presidents use their authority, and it could redefine the limits of executive power in America. But beyond Trump, beyond party politics, this case raises a deeper constitutional issue. How strong should the presidency be, and where exactly are the limits? Is immunity necessary to protect decisive leadership? Or does it risk placing one individual above the law? The Supreme Court's ruling won't just affect one man. It could shape the balance of power in the United States for generations. Now I want to hear from you. Should former presidents have criminal immunity for official acts? Or should accountability apply equally, no exceptions? Let me know your thoughts in the comments. And if you want clear, in-depth breakdowns of major U.S. political stories, make sure to subscribe for more.